welcome back to Butterfly's Home Garden. I'm Mona. Thought I'd bring you on. Well, I told you the other day when I was making dinner, I think the salmon, that I was going to can some salmon. So thought I'd bring you guys on, let you see how I do it. There's many ways to do it, but this is the way that I do it. So I did already go ahead and start cutting up some of the salmon, and I cut them up in maybe about a little over 2 inches, and season this up. So this is one thing that is very, very easy to can, or at least for me. The first thing I ever canned was pineapple jam, and I had watched Heather over at the Needy Homesteader, and she had did Noreen's prize-winning pineapple jam, and really, really good. I can't make it enough, you know, especially the habanero pineapple jam. It goes out of the pantry really quick. So I say that to get back to what I'm doing now. Cut them up, season them up. I will bring it back when I'm getting ready to get everything all jarred up. Well, hello guys, I'm back. I actually forgot to turn the camera back on and just thought about it when I was getting ready to do the last can. So, got all the other ones seasoned, put in, and a lot of people, you know, again, this is the way that I do it. And by all means, you should follow your guidebook that you get with your pressure canner or any ball canning books. You want to follow their guidelines. However, I follow all of those guidelines, but just the seasoning part, when I first canned the salmon, I didn't put any seasoning in it at all. And then I had another jar where I just put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper in it at the top, just to try to taste and see how the flavor was going to turn out. And I didn't like it. It was really bland. So what I do is season mine up, as you see, cut them, season them, jar them in the pot. And all I do is take about 1.5 to 2 inches, and you want to kind of pick the biggest one to put at the very bottom of your jar, and move these over, and I just roll them and just let it fall down to the bottom. And I do push down to get as much air as possible out of this jar. You don't want any holes in there that bacteria can grow in, and you can kind of hear it when you push down on it. You hear the bubbles kind of release and come up, but that's very important that you do that, because you don't want bacteria to set in anywhere in this jar. Well, I think this one is a little bigger. Yeah. And you're just going to roll it and plop it in, and use your debubbler and just press down on that and take it and just try to get as much as that air out as possible. No little bacteria lurking in those gaps. And well, let's see, this one I guess we can just kind of fold over. Yeah. Okay. And again, well, let me push that off. And you just want to press. And then another important step is vinegar, to wipe all of this down. I'm kind of heavy on the vinegar when I do my salmon, and really any meat that I do, because I do have the seasonings in here and they tend to really get caked up around the rim of your jar. So you just want to make sure that you're getting it off pretty good. Let me get another paper towel. And again, like I said, you want to follow the instructions that is in your canning book that you got with your pressure canner. Do your research and make sure that you're following this as far as how many minutes to can, because everyone's is different. You know, it depends on what your elevation is. I'm at 10 psi, so I know I'm going to do for about an hour or 50 minutes with my elevation. So those are things that you need to research out for yourself to make sure that you are at all times practicing all of the guidelines and safety guidelines. You don't want to hurt your family, hurt yourself, any loved one that you may be, you know, giving food to. So always make sure you read your guideline. And I just pour, let me move this closer. I just take whatever is left of the vinegar and just pour it down in there. And as you can see, yeah, I got some in there. So out of, I want to say a little over 6 pounds of salmon. I didn't use my jar lifter because it's hot, but the water isn't up that high. But out of about 6, almost 6.5 pounds of salmon, I got 4 1.5 jars and 1 pint jar. So pretty good. And I'm gonna tell you, this stuff is so delicious. You will not believe it. I mean, you can warm it up once you know, open up your can. Let me set this down here and come up here so you guys can see me. Oh, watch my light back there. But yeah, I mean, it is so delicious. You can we've eaten it straight out the jar on just some lettuce and tomatoes, or just using it as your meat with your meal. Very tender, very delicious. The seasonings definitely, yeah, you know, right on point. So that is the way that I do canning salmon. I'm going to let this cook for the allotted time that it needs to and let it come down off of pressure by itself. So just wanted you to see how I can my salmon. Hope you try it. It is pretty easy. It is. I was really intimidated when I first started canning because, of course, you hear all of the, you know, things that you heard in your mother, your grandmother would can, that, oh, the pressure canner is going to blow up, you know. And thank God I have not had that issue, and I don't feel that I will have that issue. But anyway, I will bring you guys back tomorrow and show you the final results of the canning, or I'm not sure if I will or not, because I may be going to do something else tonight. I got both my canners going right now, so I don't know. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the next video. Bye. Hey guys, I did mean to mention one more thing about your pressure canner. You should always, on top of inspecting your jars, by the time I can my food and anything that I'm doing with pressure canning, my jars have been washed and sanitized 3 times. So you do want to inspect them, make sure there's no chips, nicks, you know, cracks, anything. But you also want to inspect your canner. You want to, I'm not going to take it back off right now because I've already put it on, but your vent right here, before you put it on, you want to, you know, turn it up towards the light to make sure that you can see straight through. This vent right here, you also want to make sure on, this is a Presto 16 quart, I think, pressure canner. And this little doodad right here, on the inside of it, it has a knob that screws on. You want to make sure that that's tight. You want to make sure that everything, your gasket is not cracked. You want to make sure that everything is working well and operating well with your pressure canner. So I just wanted to come back on and give that last little tidbit. And like I said before, always follow the guidelines that you have and you have read in your pressure canner booklet that comes with your pressure canner, or a ball pressure canner, or any other legitimate books out here on pressure canning. So I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.